What's up, you guys? Today is December 5th. At what time is it? It's about 5:30 or so. I have my day off and I'm a little bit rested today. So what was on my mind is I was thinking about something that was really kind of interesting. It's about consequences to actions. So we all know that, you do something stupid, there's a consequence to it. You want to rob a store, you want to go to prison. You want to hit somebody, you're going to get hit back, and so on and so on. So we all know these things, and this is basic common sense. But it makes me really think about something. I was talking to my wife about this subject earlier, and it brings me to a Bible point. How when God was punishing us, right? Was punishing Adam and Eve for the sin, right? He punished both of us. You know about the man, he has to toil the ground and so on, right? But he gave the woman specifically pain in childbearing, right? What was interesting about that is the fact that he gave her pain, grief. And a lot of women, when they have children, we all know this, that your body goes through all kinds of changes and so on. And I seen my wife we went through 6 children, watching all of them. And she went through excruciating pain. So you ladies understand the pain that you go through because of that, right? But it reminds me that this is specifically what God has given you as an act of disobedience, pain, right? But I noticed that since we live in this world, a lot of men, we like to shield you women from the pain. So we, in other words, take away the consequences from the things that you do. For an example, just as an example, it's not to insult, bash, or, talk bad about anyone. Just for an example, you have a woman who ignores instructions from her parents. Her mom or her dad would say to her, don't go do this, don't hang out with this, this set of crowd, don't hang out with these boys. These boys only want you for, bad reasons. Is she going to listen as a teenage girl? Most of you already know she's not. Right? We've all been teenagers, so these are her choices. She can't blame her father. She can't blame her mother for her choice. She's making a deliberate choice. In the eyes of God, we are accountable for our own actions, right? So it doesn't matter if you are male, female, rich, or poor. No respect of persons. God is going to give you what you deserve. Reap what you sow, right? But she goes and she gets pregnant because she chooses bad boys. She's choosing ghetto type dudes hanging, had their pants hanging off their butts and stuff like that. So she's choosing these guys because she likes the excitement. Nobody's forcing her to have sex with these dudes. Sure, this dude is a bad dude. What do you think he's going to do? Be good all of a sudden because you, as a female, think he should be? It doesn't work that way. That's not realistic. Anyhow, she makes this choice. And now she's left with multiple children. Now she's blaming the man for not being a good dad or not staying around or not doing his part. It's all his fault. He should have wore a condom. Well, if he wouldn't have did this, if he wouldn't have did that, why wouldn't he just listen to me? She wanted him to listen to her when she don't listen to nobody, right? Now she's a single mother, right? By her choice, we all know women have the right, and especially women that don't know God, have the right, according to the law, to get abortions and have sex or not have sex, be promiscuous and so on. We know this. So she goes and chooses to have this baby. She did not require marriage. She chose to open her legs for him. And now her children don't have a father. Her daughters don't have a dad to know what a dad looks like. Her sons don't have a dad to know what that looks like. All they get is one view of what life is like from the eyes of a woman, their mother. Then here's the consequence where people come and save her from the pain of her choices. Men, this is us, men. We go out there and we wife up these women, take away their burdens, we take away their stress, we take away every single thing that they're doing. That was bad decisions, foolish decisions. Now, this is, if you notice, this is what they want. You look on any of these dating shows, almost every one of them is single mothers, and they want good guys who lived their life and did what they're supposed to do to come and fix their mess, take care of their children because they need help, right? Now, this is the reality, whether you want to say it, like it, hate it, whatever the case. This is the reality. But the men are now choosing to help the women in these situations, right? And these women are now developing an entitled mentality, thinking that every man should now do that. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong to be a father to the fatherless. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not bashing anyone who does that. In fact, me, myself, I'm a step-parent, a stepdad. But I'm just saying, this is what I've noticed. And not just with children, but any other situation that a woman does, she is always bailed out of it, in every kind of degree, by the state, by another man, by everything, in all situations. So how in the world are women held accountable? How are women suffering from the choices that they make? How are women able to repent if they are always bailed out of situations and never get to experience the full force of pain? I thought about that, and I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, this is interesting. If God himself would not spare pain, would not spare the angels, would not spare anything, why are we sparing women of the consequences of their actions? Even angels, think about this, even angels are punished for leaving their natural positions in life. Yet our women lost their natural positions, and we're rewarding it. We're rewarding single motherhood. We are rewarding women who are choosing careers over their families, who are choosing money, the bag, over their husbands, who will respect their boss and not respect their husbands, who will submit to their boss but not submit to their husbands. And yet we love this. Go get the bag, sis. Do your thing, sis. We love this. This is what everybody's doing in this world. This is the direction this world is going through. And then we got a lot of Christian women get out there saying that we all just need to be taken care of. And I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Women should be taken care of. Women should be loved. Yes, I agree. I have daughters, so I totally agree with that. But I still believe that women should be held accountable the same way angels, the same way men and children and everybody in this world needs to be held accountable. God is going to hold us accountable to everything we do. We will give account to it, right? Even Satan himself is going to give account. Are women today greater than angels? Are women today are exempt from punishment because they're soft, because they're cute, because they're beautiful? What have we come to? This doesn't make any sense. I know this is scattered thoughts, random thoughts going through my mind, but I'm just thinking the scriptures that come to mind is angels lost their position, and then they are, cast into hell and the gloomy darkness and stuff. And then you got the women who God gave punishment to, saying in pain you will give the childbirth, right? So God didn't spare punishment from women. He gave women pain, which is a direct result of punishment, of something that was done, right? You stick a fork in the socket. You're not going to do it a second time. You know why? Because that pain, that shock, it made you realize something. But we as men, what do? You see our women stick forks in the socket, and just before they get shocked, we push them out of the way so we can get shocked. And then we wonder why we can't have good families and stuff like that. It's because we're taking all the responsibilities, all of the accountabilities, all of the pain, all of everything else from our women, and they won't learn from anything. Look around. Why is it that a lot of these women can talk so much about what men could do, but they can't talk about themselves. They can't talk about what a woman should do, how a woman should maintain a marriage. You won't hear them talk about that. All you see all over social media is a real man would love a woman regardless. A real man will love a woman like this, like this. It's like 100 sickening posts, one-sided posts about what men would do. But no one talks about how these men are kept. No one talks about how those men are kept, as if every woman needs to experience those things. Every woman needs to have a man that's just going to do that for them, no matter how bad they are. Does that make sense? Is God going to let you into heaven no matter how bad you are, what you believe, what you feel you should do, and all that other stuff? Is you going to go to heaven because of that? You think God is going to play the simp card? No. So guys, I'm just simply saying that if we're supposed to love our wives and live with them in an understanding way, then by all means do that. But it doesn't mean tolerate their ignorance or tolerate what they want. You understand what I'm saying? We got to do better, man. We got to start holding our wives, holding our daughters accountable for the crap and the stupid stuff that they do, because they're human just like us. If we got to experience pain and hardships, they should too. You know, being in a marriage don't mean the removal of hardships. It doesn't mean the removal of hardships. You understand what I'm saying? I was telling my wife, when we're married, everything is simultaneous. You know what I mean? As I'm working, she's home cooking. So when I come home, I have a plate to eat, or vice versa. We help each other. We doing things simultaneously. It doesn't mean that I work so she can be idle. Even in Proverbs, it talks about that she doesn't eat the bread of idleness. Being married does not mean the wife does not have worries, does not have concerns, does not have problems. She is going to experience that. And as men, we cannot take away every single burden our wives, daughters, or cousins, or any females in our families feel. We cannot take it away. We're not God. We can make their lives easy, but at the same time, we should step aside and let God teach them. Let God show them the way through the repentance, through the pain, through the actions, through the consequences of what they do. Look at you. How many times have you messed up? How many times did you fall and then learn your lesson? How did you learn it? Because you've seen how it felt to not have what you need because you overspent. Do women do that? Some do. Right? But a lot of women today don't know how to be wives because they don't know what it's like. They don't see this. You get what I'm trying to say? So I know my thoughts are scattered. I'm not trying to make this too long. I just thought that this is an interesting fact, to just bring up. I think that, as Christians, husbands, Christian brothers, we need to hold each other accountable. If you see your sister doing something wrong, tell her. And if she refuses, then guess what? She's going to have to go through the consequences of whatever it is. And if you do see her going through it, let her go through it so she could learn. She needs to experience the full force of whatever the consequence is so that she can realize, hey, this isn't the lifestyle I want. But if we reward foolishness, foolishness will remain. That's all I wanted to say. Now, I don't know if you guys understand where I'm coming from. If you do, great. If not, that's just what I was thinking about. So tell me what you think. All right, have a good day. God bless.